I have this saying that what gives me joy is to see that people are happy at all given time. All right? You are created to be on earth and you should be happy. While on earth, situations should not dictate and tell you what to do with yourself. Now that you do, make sure that your joy, your happiness, your delights, the blizzes that you should have is offered you. Okay? And so I want to say some of the things that will keep us excited. And one of them is that we should not neglect doing certain things, truly. All right? We should not neglect doing certain things. One of the things that we should not neglect doing is we should not neglect the time of having lovely moments with our Creator. All right? Where you acknowledge daily His awesomeness. God, I thank you for this life that you have given to me. It's precious and I appreciate it. Do not neglect the time to look into His laws, His words, His advice for you, and see how you can keep to His dictates and injunctions. Do not neglect that time. And with your spouse and loved ones, do not neglect the time of being together, rubbing minds, showing love and affection. I had a section earlier and I was telling them the importance of, showing love and affection to each other. You go out if you can. And I was actually giving an example of a wonderful man of God that would say, do you know what I do? I save for this time, for what I have to achieve by the end of the year. I plan for it from January to December. I'm saving a portion, set amount. And so by December, I go on vacation with my family, with my wife specifically, not with the children, because we have walked through this time and we need to be together. If we can think of other things, life is given once and we are encouraged to live it well. If we think about anything, anything else, we should always think about, the good time we should have with the people in our lives. We should not neglect the singular fact that we should have good time with the people that God has actually brought our way. No, you cannot afford to neglect, having that good time with the persons that God has brought your way. Think about time for sporting. Sporting is when you do whatever you consider, as exercise, workouts, play together, have fun. You understand? Gist about the past. Healthy gist, healthy talking. You cannot afford to miss out those times with your spouse, with your family. Especially, I'm talking to married couple. For those that are in dating and about to be married, you also need to know yourself. All right? Because you need to understand who the person that you are dating is. You know yourself even better. You cannot know who you have not, decided to make time to understand who the person is. Everyone has what makes them who they are. Everyone have their likes and dislikes. And so I say emphatically, we should be able to know the persons in our lives. And one of the ways we know them is by having dates out. Go on sports together, go on workouts together, go on shopping together, stroll out together. And sometimes I always say we deceive ourselves by saying things are so hard on earth. And because things are so hard, we clumsy our mind trying to make ends meet, and then our relationships suffer. No, we should not allow for anything that will make our relationships suffer. It's not healthy in any way. That's just a simple, it's not healthy. And so we have to watch what we know that we should watch, and also do what we should do. We don't know it all. As you relate with your spouse more, you know yourself better. True, you know yourself better. When you relate with that person, you know him better. Do not neglect time of visit if it's necessary. In our world today, the phones of social media have taken up the time of physical visit. Even at that, we should be able to find time to be able to visit, to be able to know what's happening to the people in our life. That's the truth. We should be able to do things in the house, chores. Couples, be able to do house chores, be able to do chores together, be able to laugh together, be able to cook together, be able to do the necessaries together. Is very, very important. When we do not do what is expected of us, we discover there is going to be problems somehow, someday. So we give attention to doing what's right and doing less of what is not important. When we do not give attention to doing what is important, we are going to suffer some crisis. Another thing we should do, if you are married, please pay attention to satisfying your loved ones, both sexually, yeah, guys will be making an in-depth discussion on that, both sexually, romantically. That's why I took time to to come up with a book titled Boosting Romance in Marriage. Boosting romance in marriage. Romance is not what you do before sex, but what you daily do. It's different from the foreplay you have before sex and all that. No. So it's very, very important, very, very vital, very, very necessary and needful for us to do certain things. Yeah. We should be able to, hold ourselves when we are busy and tell them they are precious, they are loved. We should be able to listen to them when they are crisis situation. We should be able to handle the crisis situation and bring solution to whatever the problem is. One thing I ask couple each time they come for counseling, are those about to marry, I say, do you listen to yourselves? People I find it difficult listening to themselves. Do we listen? Do you listen to your spouse? He's complaining, he's not happy, he's not satisfied. Have you given attention to listen to him, to know why he's acting the way he's acting? Do you give good attention to that person? Because if you do, you will get the best out of that person. But when you do not give attention to that person, I tell you the truth, whatever they're saying or whatever that is going to their mind will just be there, forming some negative impression about you, that might affect your relationship in the future or at the moment. And so we should form the habit of giving attention to our spouse, to listen to them. When they are in pain, we listen to them. I told them something would take time to know the various emotional the reasons and the various emotional times we could find as spouses. Instead of reacting and shouting, how to act at that particular time so that none is hurt. Yeah, because we're in the life of each other just to make them happy. We are in their life to make them comfortable. We are in their life to make them see that their life can just be meaningful and joyful. People going to marry without proper definition of what they are going into. Define what you want. What do you want to achieve in that union? We had a discussion earlier today among the clergies, and the pastors were really defining and talking about this. What was it? People going into marriages without, first of all, defining the reason why they are going into the marriage. Now, you don't go into marriage not understanding fully why you are going into that relationship. You're going to have a very big problem, and it's going to end up in a mess. Yes, you should know what you want. Have you been denied something in life? Is there a peak you want to reach? What is your vision? What is your perspective about life? If you not define your perspective about life, you just get to the middle of that relationship and you end up crashing. And so people should be able to identify what they want out of life, how they want it to be achieved, and also consider the other. So we shouldn't be self-centered. We should be able to afford for some flexibility. When there's flexibility, people can achieve whatever they want to achieve. They will achieve with ease. Be open, discuss freely. Let your spouse know truly what you want and what you desire. Do not hoard. At each point, even in that relationship, at each point, you hush a little. Yeah, you have to hush a little, and then try to know if you have achieved any percentage in what your dreams and aspirations are for going into that marriage. Remember, the man should spell it out. Talk about his vision, spell it out. When you spell it out, the woman will understand and follow. And then the woman too will know where to come in. And then if you have a vision, if the woman has something very big that she has in mind, it should be discussed, and you should know if this man is able to fit in what you are projecting to. Will he accept you and allow you to express yourself? You should also know if this woman is able to fit in what you, you know, as the woman, or you as a man is trying to project. If no vision guards the family, they are heading for destruction. They are heading nowhere. There should be vision. It should be talked about. It should be tabled out. They should run with it. And so I tell us that some things we cannot neglect. Understand what the other wants and do them. You know your spouse wants this. Please understand it and do them. Do not do what you feel or what you think or what you've imagined. Try to find out what they want and do them. Make them happier. It doesn't make you a slave. It makes the union better than you even think it can be at every time. When we are going into marriage or into relationship, we should think about the joy of the other. Think less about yourself and think more about the joy of the other. Yeah? But the truth of the matter is, when you keep doing good to the other, there is no how, it's not in any way, it's not possible that the person don't think about you. There is this common saying in the African culture: when one hand wash the other. When you can't get a very clean hands, especially if the hands are fingers are all messed up. You can't get a very clean hands washing it alone. But when you join the two hands together, washing it together, you get a better clean hands. So truly, that is how far we can go in life without thinking, aligning our thoughts to the same paths, thinking alike. If we don't think alike, if we don't reason alike, the truth is we might definitely not achieve as much as we can. That's the truth. No man is an island. And then when God brings two people together, like we read today and with someone we are discussing, when God brought two people together, He brings them together so they can achieve better results. And not achieve being single, what you can achieve, working with the other. Yes, there's so much you can achieve working together than working alone. He said two are better than one. Three cords cannot be easily broken. That is, if God is involved in your union. So I want to charge you. Read to know what to do. Find out, to know what to do. Do your best to know what to do. And not just knowing it, but doing it. Act is more important than not acting at all. Acting goodly. There's no need stressing yourself. Life alone is full of stress. So do not import any external stress. And I want to say thank you and see you when I come live tomorrow again. Please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. God bless you. Thank you.